Hi, welcome back to Hypershade. Thank you for tuning in. So, as you've seen in the beginning of the video, we're going to be covering the animation switching once we have an object selected. Currently, we can just lift it off, but when we walk, we play our normal animations, and we don't want that. We want to play our new animations for object being selected. So if I throw this now, that's what we currently have. Okay, so let's crack on with that. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to come to the player animation section, and I want you to add the new animations that are requested. So I'm going to advise you to add the following. So the last ones we had up to, I believe, was element 10, which was running forward flip. Anything after that point you should not have. So if you can go ahead and download the animations required and add them into your scene, that would be good. I'll give you a couple of seconds to look at these and start adding them in. Okay, so you should have hang and idle, idle 2, climb up, power attack, grab walk back, forward, left, right, grab idle, crouch to stand, crouch to walk, forward, left and right, and standing to crouch. These are the animations we need because I'm going to be covering a couple of these things next time as well. So it's better to have these animations beforehand, and it'll be easier to just go straight into the code rather than download the animations first and assigning them. So once we have our main animations attached, what I want you to do is to come down to the animation name, and we need to add them in here. Okay, so the last one we should have actually had in here was jump, which is element 7. So element 8 should be your hanging idle, so that should be this one here. Okay, depending which idle you want to play. And then from there you do the climb up, power attack, and so forth. I'll give you a couple of seconds and I'll pause it here to give you enough time to pretty much replicate that. Right, so once you've done that, we're good to go. So what I want you to do is go ahead and open your script in Visual Studios and we'll catch up there. So we are back. The first thing you want to do is you want to add a variable for your object select script. I've done that pre-hand. So that's public player object highlight, and you just want to name that object highlight script. Okay, and in the awake function, come down here and let's get a reference to it. Object highlight script is equals to get component player object highlight. Now what that's pretty much doing is going back into Unity. It's looking at your current player and it's finding the object highlight script. If this object highlight script was on something else, I would get reference object, put that into the script, so it will look for that reference object, find that script and attach it into the current script we have. That's all that's doing. Let's go back into Visual Studios. So now what I want to do is I want to put a little comment here, and I'm going to say basic animations. So these are your basic animations, what you start with. Okay, and I want to lock these now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an if statement. I'm going to open bracket, close bracket, open curly brace and closing curly brace. Just going to delete the last curly brace. I'm going to scroll to the end of the code, which is down here, and I want to close that off. I'm going to put a comment here, and I'm going to put closing basic animations, like so. Right, so now this is going to have a couple of conditions. We only want to play our basic animations if we have no object selected, which we're about to throw, and if we are not crouching, etc. So in here I'm going to say object highlight script dot is throw power active is equals to false. Then we can carry on walking and playing our normal animations. Save your script. Actually, sorry, that's the wrong one. It's pull object ready. That's fine. Save it. Right. So let's see what happens if we go back into Unity. It's just going to quickly update. So if we run this game now and we pick up an object and the boolean that we are checking is true, it's going to prevent the player from playing his current animations. So pull object ready. As long as that's true, we should not be able to play our animations. We should be able to walk, but the animation should not play. So we're going to test that really quickly. Alright, so we're in game. Like I said, I'm just going to deselect the player. Okay, I'm walking around, that's fine. As soon as I got this in my hand, I can't move. There we go. So I've locked it out, okay? Because we currently have this selected. Now what we're going to do is we want to switch to animations. So let's stop the game and let's go back into Visual Studio. Right, I'm going to do this the very basic way, and then later on down the line we're going to amend it and change it up a bit. So this is what we currently have, okay? I'm just going to minimize this by using the plus and negative signs here. Okay, we can do that here. So I'm going to select the very first if statement and click on it and minimize the entire function. I'm just going to copy the entire thing like you see here. I'm going to paste it underneath. It's going to open it, and as you can see a lot of red lines in it, it's errors and all that stuff, okay? It's just because it's telling you that there's the same lines everywhere. And bear with me. Right, something odd has happened here. So let's just undo that for a second. Let me quickly check these curly braces. I might have closed the wrong one, so I'm going to double check that really quickly. So that is closing the update function, that's why. It's the wrong way around. So let's go back down quickly as possible. Let's get this comment line. Let's copy it and put it here. Okay, so that's the one here that should be closing the first if statement. Let's double check. There you go. Now if I minimize that, there you go, that makes sense. I'm just going to put a comment here and put this as end of update, like so. So we know what we're looking at next time. I'm going to leave a couple of spaces in there. So I'm going to go ahead now and copy this, and hopefully it should be alright. Yeah, there you go, much better. So I'm going to come back up. I'm just going to put a space between this. So now, if this is true, we want to do something else, okay? And we're going to start changing the animations around. So we're going to minimize the stuff we don't want to see. Don't want to see the jump. Don't want to see the running animation. For now, we'll come back to it later on. I'm not interested in these one. This is where we are interested, okay? So the first one we're looking at is our forward direction, so the W key. And we want to replace that with a different animation. So let's go back into Unity really quickly. Let's click on our main player, scroll down to your animation list, and we want to look for grab walk forward. Okay, so grab walk forward is 12. It's going to go back into Unity. Sorry, in Visual Studios. I want to change this to 12. Okay, so that's that one. That's walking forward. Walking backwards is 11, I believe, if my memory serves correct. We'll just double check that. So 11 should be grab walk back. Grab walk left is 13 and right is 14. So let's come back into the script. So moving left. This is actually moving right, not left. So this was 13, I believe. Apologies, let's double check that. Nope, 14 and 13. So this will be your 14 animation, and this one here will be your 13 animation. Okay. What else do we have here? Player run. Currently leave it as it is. Okay. Sprint back. Currently leave it as it is. Your idle animation is now going to change. Let's go back into Unity, and we're going to find the idle animation, which is called grab idle 02, and that is for 15. So we come back in here, and all we do is change 0 to 15, and I'm going to hit save, and that should be all. We have now successfully changed the animations depending on what we are currently doing. I don't currently like this way, I'll be honest. Later down the line, once we get further into the tutorial series, we will end up replacing the way this is currently done, but for now it does exactly what it needs to do. So let's go have a look and see what happens. It's just going to quickly update, and then as soon as we run the project, we should see some changes. Right, a couple of things I want you to notice. You see where it says object highlight script, it's finding the highlight script and it has attached it, so you can see that works. Again, I've selected the player. Let me just deselect. Right, okay, so here it is. We're walking now. Okay, sorry, my computer just froze there. And that's exactly what we had currently. Just walk, look around, whatever. Let's grab the object and let's see what happens. There we go. So idle animation kicks in because it now knows that we're holding the throwable object. This is exactly what we wanted. So now if I press the arrow keys or the WSD, we should see what happens. So if I press forward, it play the forward walking animation. If I press back, it play the back. If I press left, it play the left animation. That looks wrong, and it does the right when you press D, and he throws it. Let's stop this project. Let's stop the project now, and let's quickly go back into the script, as I think I have put the animations the wrong way around. So come back to your script, open up this one here. Let's look for the left and right. So this should be 13, and that should be 14. Save it. Come back up. Minimize it. Wrong one, sorry. Save. And let's go back into Unity. Let the script update and we check it. Lovely stuff. We're back. I'm just going to run the game quickly. Right, so let's just grab the object really quick. There we go, the animations are now definitely sorted out. So there you go guys, that's exactly what you do. And that's how you switch to animations once we have our throwable object selected, okay? And that works perfectly. And there you go, see it works for every single one of them. Just good stuff. Good. Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much for tuning in. And in the next tutorial, we're going to be learning how to crouch. And that will be an exciting tutorial. And after that, we'll be actually adding physical interaction with objects, like when you saw in the tutorial, when you walk in front of these, they will move away depending on the direction the player is walking. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and please do share. And before I do go, the animations required for this will be in the comment section from below, and if I get time, I will upload them onto my cloud drive and you can just download them. Other than that, just strictly go straight to Mixamo animations and just download the animations that are required. Thank you for watching.